Hello traveler, and welcome back to yet another video of collectibles from World of Warcraft. Today I have the Tome of Lore with me because we're going to look at everything about the 10-year anniversary statue from World of Warcraft. Let's go! Perfect. I wrote a lot of things down because this statue over here has quite a lot of lore behind it. I mean, a lot. There are many things that are very interesting to look at and to hear about. So you can see the statue just turning around all the time in the review that we're gonna make. So let's jump straight into it. Let's start with the lore. The World of Warcraft 10-year anniversary is a highly coveted collector's item that Blizzard Entertainment sent out. They shipped it out to the most loyal players in their fan base. So this statue is an orc riding a wolf, and it's a scaled down replica from the real iconic statue that they have, or monument that they have in front of their headquarters in Irwin, California. The original statue is 3.6 meters tall, measuring in at 12 feet, so quite a large fellow there. This statue was sent out as a token of appreciation to the most loyal players in the fanbase of World of Warcraft, those who had been with the game since its inception in November, the 23rd of November 2004. 10 years with no breaks. This was the reward. So let's talk about the eligibility for this statue. They had two strict conditions for receiving this statue. First one was an early account creation. That means players needed to have created a World of Warcraft account within 60 days of the original release, the official launch of the game. That means in North America, by January 22nd, 2005, you should have a subscription active, and in Europe by April 12, 2005, you should have a subscription service active. The second condition was that you would have a continuous subscription to World of Warcraft, so maintaining an uninterrupted subscription for the entire 10-year period was essential. Any lapses, any periods of time where you did not have a subscription active, even if it was 1 month, would make you uneligible or would disqualify you from getting this statue. So 10 years, no breaks in order to get this statue. Do you realize how rare it is now that we're talking all of these criteria? So the statue was shipped to the eligible players to the physical address associated with your Battle.net account. So that means if you had not updated your address in your Battle.net account, then you would miss out on this. And there were stories of players missing out on the statue because they did not update their address on Battle.net, which is quite sad. More than the statue, Blizzard commemorated 10 years with some in-game rewards. This is the fun fact part of the video. So more than the statue, you had 4 events or types of rewards in your game. The first of them was the Molten Core Raid. So Blizzard made this special version of Molten Core in the Raid Finder, and there you would get a chance to get the Core Hound mount. It was the Core Hound chain mount. The second reward was the Hate Spark, the Tiny Pet, a fiery elemental that dropped from Ragnaros, the Fire Lord. Give me a second. So a small dropping from Ragnaros the Fire Lord, by the way, that's the reward from the 15-year subscription. But you did not have to have a continuous subscription for all those years. You can just buy that. That came together with the collector's edition. Let me know in the comments below if you want a review of Ragnaros, the statue there, complete with the lore as well. So Hate Spark the Tiny Pet was the second reward, a fiery elemental that dropped from that guy. The third one was the molten corgi pet. By now you can see that for me personally, it was never, I'd never really got that enthusiastic or excited about these pets in World of Warcraft. The entire Pokemon go and grab your most fantastic pet that you could, it never really said me anything. So this pet farm never really told me anything. Maybe they're cute, maybe they're nice to have, these companions. I am not a big fan of those. So for me, these two rewards actually don't mean that much. But anyway, Molten Corgi, the pet, everyone received that pet in their in-game mail. So you didn't have to farm anything, you would just get it if you had an active subscription. The fourth reward was a battleground. It was the Terran Mill versus South Shore battleground. And this is a legendary battle between these two towns. They've always been at war. There's always been a hell of a lot of players combating ever since level, 27 or so for the Alliance. For the Horde, I'm pretty sure you start earlier. But this was a nostalgic 40v40 battleground, revisiting the classic conflict between these two towns. So that was quite nice. This statue here, with good packaging, in good shape, good stand, it goes up to $650 US nowadays in secondhand markets. Because of how rare it is, because of how difficult it was to get, this statue is actually quite high in value, and I'm honored to have this with me. I will unbox it. It's sealed, completely nice. So let's pack the Tome of Lore back in and look at the statue. Tome of Lore, everyone, fantastic. The box, 10-year anniversary World of Warcraft. Let's have a look at what it says. 10-year World of Warcraft 2004-2014 anniversary. Thank you. This is the front. The one side has the logo of the Horde on it. The other side has the logo of the Alliance on it. The top has the Blizzard logo, and the bottom has some disclaimers. Choking hazard for 15 years and up. This is not a toy, it says here. Let's open it up. And there's a classic white wrap. As with all World of Warcraft statues, we have the Blizzard logo over here. And a nice little packaged box. I'll use my Frostmourne because it hungers, as always, my sharpened one. And let's open the packaging here. I will turn this so hopefully you can see the view from above. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, beautiful. The orc on a wolf. Let me show it to the camera how the packaging looks like. As you can see, the contents, we have a base. We have the orc riding the wolf, and we have an axe, and I think it's a sword over there. Let's take it out and look at it. Quite hefty, quite heavy. And the two weapons. Okay, the base, I will bring my scale over here. The base is actually quite heavy here and beautiful. So what we see here is just a round oval base with some rocks. That's it. There are some rocks with a color that's bronze color, and in fact, a beautiful combination between a black color and a bronze color and some blue over there. Some blue weathering, just like they have on the real deal, because that's the natural reaction that you would have on bronze with the elements, with the outdoor. So I have a key here. I have a hole, probably for the legs of the wolf. Now let's put this on the scale, although probably you don't care. 540 grams for the base alone. Then we have the orc riding the wolf over here. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Here he is. A very small head. A very small head for this orc. And this is very typical bodybuilder. Because you have a small head. And it's kind of the same with Garrosh. He has a very small head compared to his body. Let's look at the weight of this. It can actually stand on itself. 527 grams for the wolf and the orc. Let's place this. It's the same color scheme. It just has a lot more bronze than black. The base is a lot blacker. Let's try to place this here. Okay, one paw goes on the rock, another paw on the rock, third paw on the rock, and fourth paw on the base. Here he is. Then we have the two weapons. Again, the beautiful combination between some black, a lot of bronze, and a blue tint or weathering. This has a square key with a little, smaller key here. So it probably goes in here, or yes, it does. And then the last one, this is a machete. This is a machete, and I'm not going to measure the weight of these because it's irrelevant. I just dropped it, but it's okay because it's quite solid resin, this one. My scale just stopped. So this goes in his last hand here. And it's magnetic, by the way. I am mutilating him right here, trying to get the right orientation. Let's go, buddy. Yeah. Pretty sure this is how it's supposed to go. There we go, after secular attempts. So here we have the complete statue of the orc. 10-year anniversary statue. What is it called? 10-year anniversary statue from World of Warcraft. And with that said, let's go into the review, straight into it. I'll turn on my scale over here and clean up my table. The full weight of this statue is 1079 grams, so 1080 grams for the statue. If we look at it in detail, maybe I'll just go and zoom in with the camera so we can see it really nicely. Give me a second. Okay, we're back. So hopefully you can see the statue right now from the other angle, from that camera over there. We do not have information to whether this is a well-known orc or who it is. He is just riding this frost wolf. I'm pretty sure it's a frost wolf because of the color as well. It reminds me of the frost wolves. Very well detailed. A beautiful representation of the wolf with the bronze colors. As we walk up, there is not much armor on the frost wolf. He has a collar here with some beautiful spikes, and on the other side he has a kind of a scroll or a yoga mat. Because what do you think? Do orcs do yoga, or do they only bodybuild and take demon juice to get pumped and jacked? Let me know in the comments below. So he does have some packaging with it. You can see it, but on this other side, in fact, he does have a traveler's backpack. The main traveler's backpack that you get when you create a character level 1. So this is actually beautiful. We do see some ankle wraps for the wolf over here. Going on, we see some beautiful boots and some well-striated bodybuilder legs. This is definitely a frost wolf because it's them who have the furry boots. So this is definitely a frost wolf clan orc. Towards the belt, he has 2 bones protruding from his belt, a classical orc figure with some straps going around his chest, and he does have a medallion here, which is a nice detail. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera there, but he does have a medallion going on. And also, quite beautifully on the back, this is a detail which is very small. We do see the chain or the string that holds the medallion, and they also made the knot which holds the string together. It's also visible there. Quite a nice detail. Quite a nice detail. Otherwise, the orc has the big bag shoulders, you know, the male shoulders from World of Warcraft. Or are they the pauldrons? No, they're the big bag shoulders, I'm pretty sure. We might check that out. With a chain hanging out around here, he does have some elbow with a skull on it, but not on his wrists. His hands, they are some sort of a spiky structure on them. But his fists are just bare, so there's nothing there. He does have a one-hand axe over here with a nice detail, quite a rubbery tail to it, or some sort of, fur hanging out. And then the sword is also very simple, nothing special here. There's nothing special here. The details on the orc's face are quite nice, and I think, so we can see the harness on the wolf holding on the seat on this side and also on the other side. So this is quite awesome. The details on this statue are very well made, especially when we're thinking it's just 2 colors. 2.5 colors if you want to take into consideration the blue, but that's just an accent. So beautiful statue, beautiful painting on it, a beautiful execution of this statue. I'll give you my my rough thoughts on this, because I purchased this. This was quite expensive. I did not get it. I did not have the money to have a 10-year subscription back then. I was a kid. In 2004, I was 12 years old, so no chance there. But I purchased this and I was a tiny bit underwhelmed when I got it, because this is such a massive symbol of loyalty towards Blizzard Entertainment that this is just a staple of the collectibles from World of Warcraft. And when I received this, it was just so small. I think compared to the 15-year anniversary Ragnaros the Fire Lord and the 20-year anniversary the Griffin, I'll bring that in too so you can see that too. So here we have it, the Holy Trinity of the statue, the anniversary statues from World of Warcraft. We have the very first one, the 10-year anniversary, which is the most difficult to get. Then we have Ragnaros the Fire Lord, which we got with the collector's edition at the 15-year-old anniversary. And then we have the Griffin, which came with the 20-year anniversary together with the War Within collector's edition expansion. Let me know if you want a full review of both Ragnaros and the Griffin here. I can almost not fit in the frame anymore, but the 20 years anniversary, the War Within collector's edition, 15 anniversary, the edition with the worst looking mounts in the history of World of Warcraft, but fine. That's just personal taste, I guess. So what do you think? My initial impression was this one was very small compared to the two, and it is heavier, but there was something. Now, as I'm reviewing this and I'm going through all of the details, it's I would say it's more detailed than the other ones. And these are just pure resin. This one is too. Just this one seems much more well executed in a way, and much more metal, iron, powerful. That's my impression. With that said, I think this wraps up the... I'm not sure I measured the statue in its height. It's 22 centimeters tall. 22 centimeters tall, 9 inches. I think this basically wraps up my review of the 10-year anniversary statue from World of Warcraft. My thoughts, I can't really tell you whether you should go and purchase this, because this is, I think, based on the rarity of it, it's going to be quite expensive. So unless you are a very die-hard fan of World of Warcraft and you really want this, this is going to set you back. But with that said, it is a rare item which will shine on your shelf, which will make you a real collector. So up to you. These were my thoughts from here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get some value out of me bringing on all of the collectibles that I have here. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.